Are you lifting smart? Or are you lifting heavy just to feel like a beast? Look, we've all had our ego lifting moments, some of us more than others. But what if I told you ego lifting isn't always a bad thing? What if it's part of what makes your favorite lifts so, well, lovable? Hey everyone, welcome back to Simple Workout Space, where we talk fitness without fluff, and today, no science, no stats, just raw, unapologetic gym love. I know, you're used to breakdowns of optimal rep ranges, hypertrophy hacks, and the science behind supersets, but not today. Today, I'm dropping the clipboard and talking about something that's honestly just from the heart. My top 3 favorite exercises of all time. These aren't ranked by research papers or PubMed citations. Nope. These are my go-to lifts that I look forward to. Lifts that make me feel like the king of the gym floor. And yes, lifts that stroke my gym ego harder than a clean PR. Because, let's face it, training isn't just about results. It's about emotion, about sensation, about walking into a gym after a long day and knowing this right here is where I take back control. So let me show you what lights that fire for me. And maybe you'll find we're not so different. Before we dive in, let's talk about something we've all felt in the gym but rarely admit out. Loud, boredom, burnout, and the curse of the monotonous program. Look, the best programs on paper still suck if they feel like chores. You can have the perfect push-pull leg split, but if you dread every session, you're not going to last. What keeps us coming back isn't just discipline, it's passion, joy, even a little ego. But here's the issue. We're constantly told to kill the ego. Lift with your brain, not your pride, they say. And that's not wrong. But it's also not the whole story. Because sometimes ego lifting is what sparks the fire. That reckless deadlift session when you're throwing around plates like you're filming a Rocky montage? That might not be textbook safe, but it makes you feel alive. And when you feel alive in the gym, you show up more often, stay longer, and push harder. That emotional connection to your lifts? That's what I'm talking about today. These 3 exercises aren't just good for the body, they're good for the soul. And yes, they come with a sprinkle of ego. So let's embrace it. Lift 1. The deadlift. Let's start with the undisputed champ. The lift that has ruined shins, inflated egos, and humbled even the strongest lifters alive. The deadlift. Now, I could give you the usual list of reasons why deadlifts are great. Full body compound movement, posterior chain development, grip strength, functional carryover, blah, blah, blah. You've heard that 1,000 times. I'm not here to preach that sermon again. I love deadlifts because they make me feel like a beast. You walk up to the bar, look down at all those plates you just loaded, take a deep breath, and for a moment, it's just you and gravity. You. Grip that bar and rip it off the floor like the whole gym is watching. And let's be honest, sometimes they are, and we love that. The deadlift is pure. It's raw. It's primal. There's something about picking up something heavy and putting it back down that satisfies a deep human urge to prove ourselves to, I don't know, the iron gods? I won't lie. I'm guilty of some classic ego-lifting behavior here. Rounded back, been there. Yelling mid-lift like I'm in a Dragon Ball Z episode? Done that. And yes, I've chased PRs on deadlift even when I probably shouldn't have. But that moment when the bar locks out and your whole body is screaming in triumph, that's gym nirvana. Deadlifts are the ultimate high-risk, high-reward lift. When they're good, they're glorious. When they go bad, well, I've walked off the platform looking like I just aged 10 years. But even knowing the risks, I keep coming back. Because no other lift makes me feel more powerful. Lift 2. High bar back. Squat next up, the lift that taught me humility, yet still earned a permanent place in my heart, the high bar back squat. If deadlifts make me feel powerful, squats make me feel precise. There's an art to squatting. You can't just drop your butt and pray. You have to find your stance, brace your core, drive through the floor, and hit depth like a seasoned powerlifter. And when it all clicks, it feels magical. But let's be clear, this love came at a price. Once upon a time, I was trying to impress, I don't even know who. The gym ceiling, maybe? Loaded up way too much weight, dropped into a squat with confidence, and promptly earned myself a pair of bruised ribs thanks to my lifting belt digging into my torso. Not my proudest moment. That was the first time I realized ego lifting can actually punch back. But did that stop me? Nope. Because the squat is more than just a leg day staple. It's a full-body experience that demands focus, mobility, and discipline. And that ass-to-grass satisfaction? Chef's kiss. There's something inherently badass about squatting low, rising up with perfect form, and knowing that not only did you lift that weight, you did it beautifully. No hitch, no wobble, no cheat. Sure, I've flirted with other squat variations. Low bar, front squat, even goblet squats. But high bar is my ride or die. It hits my quads, fires up my glutes, and best of all, it makes me feel athletic. Also, it looks way cooler on Instagram. Just saying. Lift 3. Decline lever chest. Press, and finally, let's move to the chest. But not your typical bench press. Nope. My third favorite lift is the underdog machine that deserves more love, the decline lever chest press. Why? Because it's the only chest movement where I consistently feel like I'm going to explode, in the best way possible. I'm not a huge fan of flies or the pec deck. Maybe it's my ego again, but I can't stand lifting light stacks that make me look like I'm flapping wings instead of building pecs. But this machine? It's different. You load it up, plant your feet, and press forward while feeling your entire chest swell like a balloon. The blood rush is intense. The pump is unreal. And that controlled range of motion keeps the tension exactly where it should be. You leave the machine feeling like you've bench-pressed a small car, and without the risk of dropping a bar on your throat. Plus, it saves your joints. As much as I love barbell bench, my shoulders don't. But the decline lever chest press? Smooth, joint-friendly, deliciously exhausting. It's the perfect blend of ego and efficiency. Heavy stack, big pump, minimal drama. And you know what? Sometimes, after that last set, I'll just sit there for a second, catching my breath, chest throbbing, face red, and think, yeah, that's the good stuff. So there you have it. My top 3 favorite exercises of all time. The deadlift, because nothing makes me feel stronger. The high bar squat, because technique and triumph go hand in hand. And the decline lever chest press, because that pump is just too good to ignore. These lifts aren't perfect. They're not always smart. But they bring me joy, challenge me in different ways, and remind me why I started lifting in the first place. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your top 3 ego lifts? What exercises make you feel like a superhero, or a complete mess, but in a fun way? Drop your favorites in the comments, and share this video with your ego lifting crew. And if you want more videos like this, personal, real, and slightly chaotic, smash that like button, subscribe to Simple Workout Space, and remember, get your protein.